Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how he feels in pursuing you. So we have three piles to choose from. For pile number one, we have the strawberry obsidian crystal. For pile number two, we have purple agate. And for pile number three, we have rose quartz. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever one you are most drawn to. So hopefully by now you have picked a pile for yourself. If not, you can pause the video. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose the strawberry obsidian crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at how he feels in pursuit of you. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. But if you do find yourself resonating, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I am taking my last bookings for November. So if you don't want to miss out, you can find my email address in the description box below. After that, I will be taking a break from personal readings. So yeah, you have the movie star as your first card. Let's go ahead and shuffle the Britney Spears Oracle to see what other cards come out for you. And then after that, we'll take a look at another tarot deck I have. Okay, so how he feels in pursuit of pile number one, please. Spirit guides of pile one. How does he feel in pursuit of them? We have the spotlight. Interesting that you have the spotlight and the movie star. So I'm picking up on power couple energy between the two of you. This person could literally feel like, when you're walking through the street or through a mall together or anywhere in public, he notices like a lot of people are looking at you guys, and he does know that other men and other people find you attractive and like to look at you because he finds you so beautiful or so handsome, depending on, who's watching this reading and what you resonate with. But there's just something about power couple energy, and it doesn't feel egotistical in a way, like, it doesn't feel like, oh, I just like the attention I'm receiving from other people, but it feels good to know that it kind of feels like, okay, I got a person that was so pretty or so handsome, and other people are looking at them, and like, I got this person. And it almost feels like I'm kind of out of you're kind of out of my league, if that makes sense. And it feels like, wow, I actually got a person like you, because many people want you. Or I'm actually like starting to get a person like you're starting to be interested in me. So I see this person almost feeling like special, like, oh, you chose me when there's a bunch of people that want you. I hope that makes sense. So they see you as desirable in some way to others. Since we have the fitness fan at the back of the deck, you could go to the gym a lot together. Maybe you're a couple that works out together, or you could go to the gym a lot alone. Or you could just have a good looking body where this person perceives it as you work out a lot or you take care of your body by the way your body looks. Okay, so how he feels in pursuit of pile number one. We have the graphic tee. And with the dump him letters here on this graphic tee, I kind of feel like you're somebody that is very picky. Although you're desired by many, you are very picky. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, you get to pick and choose who you want to date in terms of your love life. And I think you're very selective of who you let into your life, because you know what you offer to the table, pile number one, and you're not going to settle for less. So the fact that you chose him, even after being so selective, and, you'll cut a person off quite quickly if they disrespect you or, just don't meet up to your standards in dating or love. And the fact that you chose him and so many people want you, again, just makes him feel special. So next you have the flight attendant. I kind of feel like he wants to be in service to you, like do little things for you all the time in pursuit of you because um I know the flight attendant isn't just here to, service our drinks and food. They're here to protect the plane. So I also get this very protective energy from your person, as in like I want to protect you from other guys, or if other people are going to come flirt with you, I'm going to protect you. Or make you uncomfortable, I'm going to protect you. But then there's also this feeling of, I want to serve you and cater to you and do little things for you. I don't mind. Because like I want to pursue you, I want to court you. So I see your person in this energy of like, I want to give to you. I want to do little things for you that show you how much I care for you because it makes me feel happy. It makes me feel happy to give to you. So I see your person could be a giver. They could have acts of service as a love language. Okay, we have the ringleader. So at the back of the deck, you have the Princess of Pop. For some of you, this person literally feels like you're out of their league because I'm seeing an example clairvoyantly of like a man that doesn't perceive himself as that good looking, and then a woman that is very good looking. So I'm not saying your man isn't good looking. That's not what I'm saying. But he perceives himself sometimes as like, am I good enough for this person? You know what I mean? Because I see him pursuing you, like in the beginning of the stages of pursuing you, I see him thinking like, what is so special about me? Having a little bit of imposter syndrome. But there is something you see in him that makes him stand out to the rest for you because like I said, you're picky. And yeah, I don't know what your person looks like or what they're like as a person, but basically what I'm getting from their energy is they sort of see themselves as lower, or it kind of feels like they have imposter syndrome. Like, yeah, he has imposter syndrome. He feels like, why would you choose him? In the beginning. So I see him pursuing you in the beginning and feeling like, I'm going to try, but this person's probably going to reject me. But let me just try my luck, maybe. I really think he thought you were going to reject him. So, but you kind of surprised him. I don't know what happened between the two of you, but you surprised him by not rejecting him or giving him a chance to like show or prove himself to you, because maybe you've been hurt by a lot of people before and you see red flags immediately. That's what I pick up from your energy. You're very in tune with your heart space and your clairsentience. So I think you feel energies and the vibes don't lie at all. So I think with you, you're very okay with cutting people out, like I said. So the fact that you chose him, or you're giving him a chance to prove himself and pursue you, and show you like how much you mean to him, that just makes him feel so special. That's the energy I keep picking up on. And with the ringleader here, I pick up that he wants to pursue you in a way where he's leading, where he plans the dates, where he does the little things for you. Like he kind of just wants you to sit back and relax and enjoy. Like I'm picking up on maybe you living like a soft life, like him wanting you to live a soft life and just sit back, relax, look pretty, enjoy yourself, and he will do all the work. So I don't know what that means. Um, for everyone in this pile could mean something different for all of you. Maybe for some of you, like I said, he has like acts of service as a love language with the flight attendant here. So maybe he loves to do little things for you and then you just sit back and relax. Like let's say you need a glass of water. Silly example, he gets up and gets it for you. You just sit back and relax. Or let's say for some of you, it is him, literally wanting to provide for you and pay the bills and you just stay at home. I kind of get that energy of um something along those lines. Take it as resonates for you, but I feel like he likes being in this position of protecting you and being that one to give to you. And I see him wanting to treat you like a queen or like a princess. I'm literally seeing a visual, or a king if you're a man watching. But I see a literal image of like a man massaging someone's feet, you know, like doing little things for you that most men don't necessarily put the effort into doing. Um, I see he's that type of guy that likes to do that. He enjoys doing that. It makes him feel fulfilled. And I see he's the type of guy that wouldn't just do that in the beginning while pursuing you. He'd do that consistently. That's what I see in his energy. And he enjoys doing it. It's not just because I want to look good for you or I want to pursue you. You know, he likes doing it. He likes making you feel special and like a queen or a king. Like he likes making you feel like that, if that makes sense, and treating you the best. Oh, I was talking about like treating you like a queen, princess, king. And then I realized the Princess of Pop is at the back of the deck. I wasn't looking at the card when I was speaking about that. But with the movie star here, what's quite interesting is before I pulled this card in the intro, a song was stuck in my head that was like, it's the Selena Gomez song that's like, I love you like a love song, baby. I'm sure a lot of you know it. Which is quite interesting. The movie star makes me think of like romance movies and novels and like love songs. Since that song was stuck in my head, maybe you literally make him feel like he is in a romance novel, book, movie, love song. So I pick up your guy, whoever this man is that I'm reading. He's a really romantic person if he's thinking in that way, because I know a lot of men don't necessarily think in that way, but he literally feels like he's in his own love story. Um, or like if he watches a lot of series, and he has like a favorite couple in that series, like maybe he sees you kind of like that. Not in a literal way, but you make him feel like this is not real life. This is like a story. It feels like a love story. It feels like something you watch out of a film. It doesn't feel real because it feels so much like a beautiful fantasy that I've always wanted that has come to life. And I almost want to pinch myself like, am I dreaming? You know, do I really have this person? This amazing, beautiful person inside and out. Like, am I dreaming? Do I need to pinch myself? I feel him feeling like that. With Brittany smiling in these two images, not all the cards show her smiling. I feel like that represents him obviously, you know, being very happy pursuing you and being very happy with you, feeling joyous in your presence. He also feels like he's having a lot of fun with you, like it's a celebratory time since she's holding champagne here, which reminds me of celebrations in the Three of Cups, like, you know, having a lot of pleasure just being in your presence and enjoying the time spent together. The Three of Cups also reminds me of friendships, and so I think you and this person have a strong friendship and bond, not just romance. With all the pink here, there's a lot of liking or love depending on where you're at in your connection. But I think he likes you a lot because pink is the color of love, obviously. So yeah. I was also getting, he finds you to be extremely beautiful, where I keep feeling like he sees you as out of his league. But then when you two are just like alone together at home, maybe you are comfortable enough to like sit around and just be comfortable and not necessarily feel the need to wear like fancy clothes, like um you know, maybe you wear a t-shirt of his or a jersey of his, or you're just dressing comfortably and maybe not wearing makeup or just having your hair um in like a natural way where it's not styled, and he feels amazing knowing that you're comfortable with him, if you resonate with that, because he still sees you as beautiful even without the makeup, even without, you know, your hairstyle being on point, even without the fancy clothes. Like, he sees you as beautiful inside and out, and he's so happy that you're comfortable with him. Like, I see a comfortable energy of like maybe two introverts that are homebodies that love to stay in together, get food together, watch movies and series together. I pick up on that type of energy with your pile. I also clairvoyantly see a cat, so maybe you have pets you like to cuddle with together. And when I started your pile, I saw a cat hair on my hand, and I was like, I don't even have a cat. Like, how did that happen? So maybe someone here has a cat that you cuddle with or pet. Let's move on to your tarot cards now. If you do have a pet, maybe your pet likes him, or vice versa. Maybe his pet likes you, and he sees that as a good sign. Because you know how they say animals can see energy and vibes, and I trust that. Like, I don't want to go off on a tangent of my own, but like, I once met a guy where he was like a total red flag when I was single, and my dog met him and bit him immediately. My dog doesn't even bite people. She's never bit anybody. And he turned out to be a total red flag. And when she met my boyfriend, my dog, she loved him instantly. And usually my dog doesn't like people unless it's, family members. But anyways, I believe that dogs can see energies, cats can see energies. So maybe there's something about this being like a good sign. If one of your pets like your person or vice versa, or their pet likes you. Okay, we have the devil. So he sees you as incredibly sexy, and I'm hearing the word vulnerability when I pull the devil. So what is this about, Spirit? I think sometimes he's scared of getting vulnerable. Like I said, he feels like he's literally in a love story, a love movie, a love song. You don't really get guys speaking about things like that because often men are taught that they have to be emotionless and not think in that sort of type of way. And when I heard the word vulnerability, I kind of felt like this person feels safe to be vulnerable with you, when maybe if he would say these things in front of other men, he would be looked at weird. I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about. It is something I've seen before with men, um, because I've been friends with men before. So I've seen the way they talk. Sometimes they shame other men for speaking about, their girlfriend or their partner in that emotional way. And I think he speaks about you like that to his friends. And then sometimes they have a negative reaction because they're not used to that. But what I will say with the devil here is, do you see how they're kind of like stuck together with a chain? I'm actually getting this feeling of we're stuck together, but I want to be stuck here. Like, I don't want to be free if it means freedom is being without you, because I actually feel more free being with you. So that's an interesting message I'm getting from the devil card. I've never gotten a message like that before. And that's just what I'm getting based off my intuition, not just the card meaning. And the devil can also mean obsession. But in this case, I feel like it's a healthy obsession. Like, I'm obsessed with you, like I'm obsessed with my favorite movie. My favorite movie that I keep rewatching. Like, that type of vibe. Like, I always want to be around you. Maybe I'm even addicted to you in some way because the devil can represent addictions, but like, I don't want to stop this feeling because it feels so good. The devil can also talk about a lot of passion and sexual attraction in the bedroom. This woman's even wearing lingerie here, so he probably feels like you're very sexy and he's very attracted to you, and he, feels all the pleasure with you. Okay, we have the lovers in the reverse showing up next. It's really interesting how we have the devil next to the lovers, showing it's not the same two figures, but it's almost the same. Like, we have two figures here that are almost holding hands with what usually depicts an angel at the top, but here It kind of looks like an angel, but not quite. And then here we have the same two figures with the devil, which is interesting. Um, it's making me feel like your connection has a duality to it. Like, okay, what I'm about to say here, it's coming through in a way where you'll know if this message is for you, because as I'm talking about this, the high priestess is popping out. Like, I kind of just shuffle my tarot decks and keep it in my hand, and then sometimes when I'm talking, a card kind of pops out. But anyways, what I'm about to speak about here feels like the type of connection where maybe we can play fight, or maybe we can fight and make up, or, sometimes we have our moments where we maybe irritate each other, and it's like, it's normal. Um, it's like, I feel the type of connection where it's like we're not lovey-dovey every single day, but we try to be. Like, okay, let's say we're having a fight, and it's not a big fight, it's a small fight, it's a small disagreement. And we try to, do something nice for each other anyways, and do something loving for each other anyways, even though we're mad. It's like we try to come together even though we're mad at each other, or that type of energy, but it doesn't feel like big things. It doesn't feel like a toxic relationship as I'm in the energy. I know the devil's here, which does sometimes represent toxicity, but when I'm in the energy, it doesn't feel toxic. It feels more like, okay, sometimes we have our small disagreements. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye, and sometimes relationships aren't exactly perfect, but you guys try to put an effort to reconcile after that and to make up after that. And I do see something about like makeup, bedroom time. If you know, that's for someone here. But sometimes when you guys have these little small disagreements or arguments, this person sometimes feels like, what if things fall apart between us? I think this person has an abandonment wound, or is scared of you abandoning them, scared of you abandoning him because of the fact that you don't take no BS from any man, from anyone per se, even friendships, So I feel like sometimes he feels like I can't do anything to mess up because I know this person isn't gonna stay around for any BS. If I start neglecting this person or not treating this person right, I know they're gonna leave because they know their worth. So it's not that he's just putting on his best act to stay in your good books. That's not what I'm saying. But it feels more so like, I don't want to lose you, so I want to be the best version of myself, even if I know I'm not perfect, even if I sometimes judge myself or see certain flaws in myself and ask myself, do you see them? Do you see it the same way I see it? But then you reassure me and validate me that you don't. So I feel that type of energy, and I totally get this because I've had this exact conversation with my boyfriend where I'm like, okay, I have this insecurity. Do you look at this in a negative light? And then he's like, no, like, I love this about you. So sometimes we look at ourselves and we're like, I don't like this about myself, but then someone else loves that about us. And I feel like you make him feel like you love all of him and you accept all of him as he is, even like his flaws or his perceived flaws. Like when he's looking at himself, I do think he has some wounds around the self-worth and his self-esteem, because every time I'm in his energy, I keep feeling him looking at himself in a negative light, and I don't like that. Um, but I do feel like you are helping him see himself in a more positive light. Maybe there's something about you always complimenting him or making him feel good about himself on days where he doesn't feel good about himself, where he maybe judges himself. And there's something about you just accepting him as he is, where you don't try to change him or make him a person that he's not. And I see you just making him feel like, as he's pursuing you, he's putting in this effort. He doesn't expect you to give that back, but you do anyways, and he likes that, because he doesn't expect much, but then you exceed his expectations, and he feels so free with you. He feels like he can be his full self with you. Honestly, I feel like this is a type of connection where you two can be like best friends and lovers at the same time. So, how he feels in pursuit of pile number 1. So, we have the 5 of Cups in the reverse, and we have the Hermit in the reverse. So, I think that this person, your person, wasn't really that big on self improvement and all those things before he had met you. I think after he had met you, I think this is a connection that's brought a lot of healing to both of you in areas that needed healing. Maybe this is a connection that's triggered both of you, that hasn't been easy, that has had a lot of lessons, or both of you had learned a lot of lessons prior to meeting each other in your previous connections. And now there's a feeling of these lessons are starting to fall away as we start to get to know ourselves on a deeper level. I feel like with the Hermit reverse, it's like this person had low self-esteem before you had met him, but he feels like you're helping his self-esteem. He felt like he didn't know himself that much before he had met you, but the more he's with you, the more he feels like himself. That's just what I feel intuitively. Like, I didn't really do much self-improvement. I didn't really grow much on my own, but now I'm with you and I'm growing faster than ever. I'm becoming a better version of myself. When I was single, I never thought of becoming like this. Maybe getting rid of bad habits. Becoming a better version of myself. I never thought of doing this before I had met you. And I see him wanting to do that with you, and like wanting to grow as a person and really get to know himself on a deeper level. And it's like, again, the more I'm with you, the more I feel like myself. The more things feel right. It feels like things are just falling into place. And it doesn't feel like I'm forcing it. It feels like it's naturally happening the way it's supposed to, just flowing the way it's supposed to, and it just feels beautiful and romantic. The 5 of Cups reverse tells me that, your connection is imperfect. It has its ups and downs, but I feel this energy of support as I look at this Judgment card, like we're here for each other. Or when you're going through something, I'm here for you, since it's opposite the Flight Attendant. Like, we're kind of showing care for each other when somebody is feeling hurt, or even if it's not to do with the relationship. Like, let's say you're mourning somebody, for example, or let's say you're going through something personally. I see this person wanting to be there for you emotionally, and vice versa. I see the supportive energy of being there for each other emotionally, which is quite interesting. And you make him feel like he can be vulnerable with you, even though he usually isn't comfortable with that. Like, I feel like he's that type of man that isn't necessarily comfortable speaking about his emotions, but with you, he wants to. And I actually feel like before he had met you, he wasn't really that much of a generous person, because the 6 of Pentacles reverse is showing up here, which makes me feel like he's not a selfish person, don't get me wrong, but the way I see this energy is I will give to who I feel like, yeah. That's the end of the sentence. I will give to who I feel like giving to. So I feel like your person's not a selfish person, but I think they pick and choose who they want to give to, if that makes sense. Who they want to give their time and attention to. But there's just something different about you that made them want to give all their time and attention to you. I don't know how to explain that. So for example, let's say he had met another person before he met you, and he was very nonchalant with that person, but with you it was like he really wanted to pursue you, you know and give to you in a way he didn't give to anybody else before. I see that type of energy. I feel like, even if he wasn't serious in previous connections, it's because he didn't feel that that person was the right person for him. But with you, it feels like it just feels right. I hope that makes sense. It's just a spiritual feeling of it just feels right. But there is no proof to prove that, if that makes sense. Okay, so this is how he feels in pursuit of you. I do hope this reading resonated with you, pile number 1. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose this purple agate crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at how he feels in pursuit of you. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you do find yourself resonating, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I'm taking my last few bookings for November. After that, I will be taking a break from personal readings. So if you don't want to miss out, you can find my email address in the description box below. So your card here is the cusp. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards from the Britney Spears Oracle, and then after that we'll take a look at your tarot cards. So the cusp makes me feel like I can be this and that at the same time, because usually the cusp is making me think of astrology, like someone being a Cancer and a Leo at the same time. I don't know if those signs follow each other, but I'm using that as an example. If I'm wrong, sorry. But I feel like this energy of I can be this and that at the same time for you. And I'm clairvoyantly seeing a vision as I look at this card of this man I watch on Instagram. I don't know his name, but let me try find him so that I can mention him, because it's gonna bother me if I don't know his name. Okay, his name is Anwar. I was seeing his face as an example. I don't know why. And he makes like a lot of funny videos, but he has nothing to do with it, but I was just seeing his face, and I was seeing him like um want to want to clean a girl's pool, and then also like be her pizza delivery man at the same time. I don't know why I was seeing that as a vision, but it just explains like I can be this and that for you. Like, I don't know what that means specifically for you, but I'm seeing it in a way like I want to do this for you and I want to do this for you. Since I was seeing that vision of like him cleaning a girl's pool, and I was seeing it in a way of like I want to almost I was seeing it in a way of like, okay, I'm gonna be the guy cleaning your pool because I just want to see you, so I'm going to make as if I have this job, and then I'm gonna be the pizza delivery guy so that I can run into you, but it's not coming through in a creepy way. What I basically take from that vision is I want to like do this for you and do this for you to show you how much I care for you or how much I want you. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's I can buy flowers for you and also take you out on dates. Can be anything, but that's what I'm feeling. Or I can be a friend to you that listens to your juicy tea and gossip and reacts to it, but then I can also be a boyfriend to you. Like, I'm seeing an energy like that, but take it as it resonates for you. So spirit guides of pile number 2, how he feels in pursuit of pile number 2, we have the fashionista. Okay. We have the professional. I think when he was first pursuing you, he was hoping that he would like run into you in certain places, but I don't see him like intentionally knowing where you work or like things like that. It's not coming through in a creepy way, but it's more so coming through like, okay, we live in the same area, the same neighborhood. So, I'm going to take a walk today. Hopefully I run into them. Maybe, maybe not. but it's giving me that type of vibe for someone here, but not in a creepy way again. The boho babe in the reverse. Maybe some of you met him while he was at work with the professional here, since I was seeing Anwar's face. Like as a pizza delivery guy, but also a guy cleaning pools. Okay, we have the halftime superstar. So if you did meet him at work, or if you do work together, maybe there's this feeling of like, I'm your coworker and your boyfriend, or maybe some of you have to keep it secret. Maybe that's a specific message for somebody. But I'm kind of feeling that vibe of like, or I meet you at work, you're at work, and I meet you and I find you attractive, and that's you to them. And then he kind of has to hide the fact that he's attracted to you because he has to be professional. That's for somebody. When he looks at you, he loves your style. He's so attracted to your style and your sense of fashion. Maybe you're somebody that really loves dressing up, and you're very fashionable. You have a great style, great taste in style, but not just style, great taste in music, great taste in food. Like maybe you know the best restaurants to go to. There's just something about that for somebody, and he likes that about you. With a boho vape in the reverse. Spirit, why is this card in the reverse? What does it mean? Maybe you're spiritual, but you don't have the spiritual type of aesthetic to you. Or like you're somebody that is very unpredictable in some way. Like you don't... How do I explain this? So imagine, for example, a spiritual person that dresses in a very bougie, luxurious way. And that person's still spiritual, but they like nice clothes. They like luxury clothes. And they work hard for it. And they spend their own money on that. There is no problem with that. But people usually put spiritual people into this box of, oh, they must be non-materialistic. Oh, they must dress this way if they're spiritual, But maybe you go outside of that box where you are spiritual but dress in a luxurious way, for example. But it doesn't have to be that, but it can be like you just not being somebody that can be put into a box or stereotyped, where when a person thinks you're one way, you're actually that, and another way too. So you surprise people, and that's something this person really likes about you. Like you surprise him all the time. You're unpredictable. You're not predictable, you're not boring, you're not a one-dimensional person. Like you have many sides to you, many colors to you as a person. Like you have depth to you is what I feel. And that's something he does like about you. So how he feels in pursuit of you. I'm not actually getting much on how he feels. How does he feel, Spirit? Maybe he feels surprised by the many different facets of you that he didn't expect. Maybe he also feels like you're somebody that works hard for your own things. You're independent with a professional, and maybe he feels he likes that about you. Like he thinks an independent woman or man or person is sexy, depending on who you are watching this. Yeah, depending on who you are watching this. And with the cusp, he feels like he gets it. He understands it. Maybe he has been somebody that also felt like this in his life. Like he was misunderstood a lot, or put into a box where people expected him to act one way, but then he acted another, and then caught them off guard, and then they kind of like didn't know how to perceive him. And maybe he feels like he understands this because he's dealt with it too, where he can be this and that at the same time, and then people think he should be one-dimensional, but you don't think so because you also understand it. So maybe he's felt misunderstood in life, maybe you felt misunderstood in life, and it's kind of like you two coming together. And I feel like that energy of opposites attract as well for someone here, where it's like you wouldn't expect us to be together, but we make it work. Like For example, I'm seeing a very spiritual woman with a guy that's like into crypto or is into finances. Or I'm seeing like a guy that has tattoos that's with a girl that doesn't have tattoos. It's like an unpredictable situation where people wouldn't expect you two to be together, but you two make it work and it's better than expected. So I feel that for someone here where he likes the fact that you have this opposites attract energy going on. Um, some of you met in school, like in high school, and you're high school sweethearts. That's what I feel for somebody here. And he has been pursuing you ever since. For some of you, I'm sensing an age gap relationship, or but it doesn't come through as like weird or non-consensual, but like an age gap relationship where maybe for example, one of you were 25, the other person was 35. And I'm picking up on something about pregnancy. Maybe one of you are pregnant at the moment, or you had a child with this person, or you want a child with this person, or he wants a child with you, like a future with you like that, and he's hoping, him pursuing you and him like being everything you want. It feels like he wants to be everything you want. Like, okay, you want a man like this, I'll be that. You want a man like this, I'll be that. Um Now I'm seeing a music video. This reading's so chaotic and all over the place, sorry, but I'm just seeing vision after vision, so please bear with me. I'm seeing a vision of this music video. Trying to think what the name was. It's called Shut Up, My Mom's Calling by Hotel Ugly, I think. And in the music video, it's basically this guy that is bought as a boyfriend that cleans and cooks and does everything for the girl, and he kind of looks like a Frankenstein guy. So it kind of like makes me feel like I will be anything for you. You want me to do this, I'll do it for you. Um so it's kind of similar to pile one, but not quite. There are differences to pile one. Because pile one's guy also was like that, like I wanna do acts of service for you, but for this pile, it's like I wanna be the guy you want me to be. You want a guy like this, I'll be that. Um, so it's not necessarily like I'm trying to pretend to be this, but like you want this, I'll be this. So I don't really know how to interpret that, if that's something you like or not, but it's what I'm seeing. But the thing is, he feels happy doing that. It doesn't feel like I'm trying to be something I'm not to impress you. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like I want to do this for you. And if this is important to you, if you want a man that, for example, talks about his feelings. If this is important to you, then I will do that for you because, I want to make you feel loved. And if this is important to you, it's important to me. So it's more so coming through like that, like I'm happy to do this for you. He feels as though in pursuit of you, you are a person that's rare to find. The reason I say so is because I just have your deck out in my hands and I'm just kind of doing this as I talk, my ADHD. But anyways, we have the forest fairy popping out. And what I feel from that is like, it's rare to see a fairy. Some would say it's impossible. I've literally seen one. Anyways, as a psychic, you can tap into those other realms and see those things, but it's very rare. It's like a split second, then you see it. Just like when you're at home alone and you see something out of the corner of your eye, that's you tapping into your psychic senses. So it feels like, seeing a person like you, while there is like not many people like you, like how fairies, you don't really see them much. It's rare to find a person like you. So that's what I feel from that forest fairy card popping out. Okay, so the halftime superstar. It's reminding me of like sports games, like going to sports games together. I don't know if this person's into sports and like you go with him to sports games like basketball games or soccer games, whatever it is. I'm seeing something about that for someone like um for example, let's say you're a woman watching and you don't really like sports, but you go with him anyway because it's time you can spend time with him there. You don't mind because he enjoys it. I feel that type of energy in this pile of like, even if I don't enjoy doing this, I'll do it with you because you do things with me that you don't necessarily enjoy doing. So, for example, let's say you go with me shopping, but you don't really like shopping, but you do it with me as a way of spending time with me because I like that. It feels like that type of relationship, like we do little things for each other even if that's not necessarily a hobby or interest, we're open to it because it's yours. Or let's say I have this hobby or interest that you don't have, but like you're listening to me, even though you're not necessarily having an interest in that, you're listening to me because it's important to me. It's giving me that type of vibe, like your relationship, like we'll listen to each other even if it has nothing to do with me. Like I'll listen to your story intently. Okay, so now I'm going to pull your tarot cards. I'm picking up on the type of relationship where we text each other every morning and every night, or we call each other every single day, or we make time to see each other, we make time for quality time together, even if we're not doing anything like going on a fancy date. It's like we make time for quality time for each other or speaking to each other. And I'm picking up on like phone calls or texting a lot. So whatever you resonate with most, maybe even someone here could be in a long distance connection where you are long distance, but you make the effort to text each other every day, and it makes your person feel, loved by you. The fact that you make time out of your day to do that, and he also does that for you. It feels like we both reciprocate these feelings we have for one another, and we're on the same page, and we both feel the same way. So he kind of feels like um, it's not like him just pursuing or chasing after you. You two are feeling reciprocal feelings for each other. So that's what I see. And I see a lot of attraction he feels towards you. He finds you very, very beautiful or very, very attractive. But there's also something about you being smart and attractive at the same time. Like, again, it's like you're not just a pretty face, you're also very smart. Like, you're not just this, you're also that. So you have many surprises to you as a person. We have the Five of Swords. I think that this person kind of has some people-pleasing tendencies. I know the Five of Swords is usually seen as a betrayal card, but I feel like since it's opposite the cusp and we spoke about like I can be anything you want me to be in a man, I feel like this person kind of has some people-pleasing tendencies where he tends to self-betray and like try to become what that person wants or do what that person wants. But for me, when I'm tapping into his energy, it doesn't feel um like he necessarily sees it as bad. I know that people usually say we shouldn't people please, but when I'm tapping into his perception of it, he doesn't see it as bad. He sees it as like, okay, yeah, maybe I'm people pleasing a little bit, but I like to do this for you. I like to put in effort for you. Maybe other people tell me I'm people pleasing. Am I people pleasing? He's kind of questioning it and he's like, okay, but is it really bad if I like doing this for you? If I like putting in the effort for you? Because he sees himself as a giver. That's what I feel when I'm tapping into his energy. So yeah, I'm not saying that people pleasing isn't bad, but remember I'm tapping into a human's perception, so I'm not just gonna yeah, you get what I mean. Like, I'm tapping into a human's perception of the Six of Cups, the professional, Temperance reversed. I feel like these are clarification cards. I don't know why. And then we have the Knight of Wands. And we have the King of Wands. I'm hearing an Instagram reel sound. First I was seeing Anwar, remember, and he's a guy that does comedy skits and things like that. And now I'm hearing like an Instagram reel sound, TikTok sound. So maybe you're online a lot. Maybe you send him a lot of Instagram reels or TikToks or like funny videos, or he does that for you, or you do that for each other. That's for somebody here. But anyways, the sound I'm hearing goes like, it goes along the lines of, let's say you accidentally, I'm going to give an example. Let's say a woman's on her period and, she's feeling quite angry that day. Or let's say she's hangry. She hasn't eaten in a long time and like the whole day, and she kind of lashes out at her man by mistake. And then she's like, baby, I'm sorry. Like, that's how the reel kind of goes. But then it's like, you're my baby, something like that. And then the person holds the person and they're like, sorry that I did that to you. So I feel like this energy of, okay, maybe sometimes with the Five of Wands at the back of the deck, maybe we have our little things here and there, where maybe we don't treat each other the best, but then I feel bad instantly. So I don't know if that's you or them, but it's like, okay, maybe we sometimes have our moments where we don't treat each other the way we supposed to treat each other, and then we feel bad instantly, and we like want to hug that person and tell that person I'm sorry. But there is this feeling of this person being very forgiving and you being very forgiving, and like you guys being very forgiving of each other. And here I'm not trying to romanticize toxic relationships, but what I am saying is your person understands that we humans are not perfect. Sometimes we have our moments where we act out of character, or something gets to us and we say things we don't mean, or we act in a way we don't want to act. But the important thing is, like, you guys can both apologize to each other and feel compassionate for the other person and feel bad after. The concerning thing would be if you didn't feel bad. That would be narcissistic, sociopathic. Like if you didn't feel bad at all. But the thing is, I feel like this feeling of maybe we say something to each other that we don't mean, or we fight and then we feel bad after, and then we're like, baby, I'm sorry. So there is this feeling of, I love the fact that we apologize to each other, and we continuously pursue each other. It's not just like one person chasing after the other, it's reciprocal, and it feels beautiful. It feels like a puppy love. When I look at the Six of Cups, it feels like a puppy love. You could be in your 50s, for example, but you make this person feel like it's puppy love. So regardless of age, it feels like young love. It feels like you make me feel young at heart. Even with the castle in the background, you know how like children imagine things and they like are like, okay, we're playing mermaids now, or we're imagining, okay, we're in a fairy tale castle. It kind of feels like that with you. Like we can kind of be playful with each other. I think this person is very nostalgic and sentimental about you. He may keep certain things um as memories in his mind, or be very sentimental of things you have together. So for example, I'm seeing maybe you got tickets to a game somewhere and he keeps those tickets as a sentiment, or keeps photos of you together in a specific photo album. But there's a sense of nostalgia and sentimentalism. I don't know if that's even a word, but you get what I mean. Of like, I want to keep our memories close to my heart and my chest. And I want to continue to make more memories with you and capture those memories either in my mind or through a photo or through something. Temperance in the reverse. I feel like this person is aware of their own imbalances, of where they go wrong with the Five of Swords. when they're doing something wrong, they're aware of it and they try to like readjust. That's what I feel intuitively. Um, Not just from the card meanings, but when I'm tapping into the energy, I read the energy, I feel the energy, I see the energy. So I feel this energy of, okay, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes here and there. Um, but you just allow me to be, if that makes sense. Like if I make a mistake, you don't shout at me or try to hurt me. Maybe this person was shouted at when they made mistakes by someone in their life. But I feel like this person sees you as marriage material. Um, they believe they've met you for a reason. This person that you're asking about, they definitely do. And I see him wanting to be honest with you and um loyal to you always, like only having eyes for you. As he's in pursuit of you, that's how he feels. And he feels like, even if he doesn't do things perfectly, you still love him as he is. Because when I was shuffling the cards and putting them here, the tarot cards, they were kind of going like all over the place and they weren't straight. And then I didn't feel the need to fix them because I'm a little bit perfectionistic. So I feel this energy of maybe this person is kind of perfectionistic or expects themselves to be perfect or thinks people expect him to be perfect, but then when you allow him to make mistakes or not be perfect, it kind of just makes him feel loved as he is, like fully unconditionally. If that makes sense. Like I said again with the people pleaser energy, like maybe I want to be perfect for you, but that's an unrealistic expectation I'm putting on myself. And then you don't expect that from me, and then you treat me with respect and love and like care even when I make a mistake and you understand. And then there's this feeling of like, oh, this is what love feels like. Oh, this is what healthy love feels like. So maybe this is the first healthy relationship for this person. Maybe they grew up with toxic family dynamics, or maybe they've only had toxic relationships. So there's this feeling of this is my first healthy connection, which is quite interesting. Um, Knight of Wands, King of Wands. This person gets very excited whenever he's around you, whenever he gets to talk to you. I see him getting very excited. Like, the best way I can describe this is Spirit is showing me, when you haven't seen your best friend in a week and you finally get to see them and you jump on them and you hug them so tightly that they can't breathe. Or when you know you're about to go on a vacation trip and you're so excited, or a roller coaster. It's like Spirit is bringing me that type of feeling of every time I see you, I'm so excited. Even if you see each other every single day, he's just as excited every single day. So that's what I see. And I see him like getting ready and like wanting to look his best, smell his best. I'm seeing him like put on cologne or something, like trying to smell good for you. Um, so that's quite interesting because he knows you look good, but then he wants to make himself look good for you. So that's also something I see. King of Wands. What is this about, Spirit? You make him feel like he can take on the world, like he can do anything. Like you give him the best compliments. And he wants to do the same for you in return in pursuit of you. So how he feels in pursuit of you is, I want to do all these things for you. I want to offer you these flowers like we see in the Six of Cups, but then you offer me flowers right back and I don't expect it, and it makes me feel loved and cherished, and um like you make this person feel confident, like I can do anything, like I believe in myself, where maybe before they didn't. So I'm picking up on that type of energy. I see him like kind of taking the lead and pursuing you first, but then you reciprocating it and him getting surprised. Maybe he's only been in like connections before where people didn't reciprocate or give back to him. So I see him being very surprised, but also like loving that he's receiving that back from you. Not that he expects it, but It's just a surprise, a nice, happy surprise. So this is what I have for you. I do hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this rose quartz crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at how he feels in pursuit of you. Please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you do find yourself resonating with these messages, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I am taking my last readings for November. After that, I will be taking a break from personal readings for a while, so if you don't want to miss out, please find my email address in the description box below. So your card is the Siren. We're going to go ahead and pull cards from the Britney Spears oracle, and then after that, I will pull some cards from a tarot deck that I have for you. So when I was looking at your pile's energy and just feeling the energy, what I heard from Spirit, from this person's perception is, when I was looking for you, I couldn't find you. But you found me when I least expected it. So I don't know if it's your perception or this person's perception, but it's like, I was looking for love, and every time I looked for love, it would be misplaced. Like, I'd lose it, because it wasn't true love. Like, I was maybe looking in the wrong places, or maybe I wasn't supposed to look. But then when I stopped looking, love just found me. So I don't know if that's your perception or this person's perception, but that's what I heard from Spirit. The Siren makes me feel like this person sees you as very alluring, because as we know, the myth of sirens, mermaids, are that they lure sailors. So this person feels like you're very alluring. As he's pursuing you, he finds you very attractive, very appealing to him. I hear that you're exactly his type, but also your personality is like exactly his type. Like, he was seeking a person like you before he had even met you, but never found a person like you when he was seeking you. But then when he stopped looking, out of nowhere, you popped up, and he kind of felt like he was being lured by you, because I'm seeing a visual kind of scene in my mind of a man being lured in by a mermaid, right? And this mermaid's looking at him. First she's swimming around like a dolphin, almost like going out of the water like this. And he's just sitting there by the rocks and looking out at the ocean, not looking for anything. And out of nowhere, he just sees her. And then she starts sitting on the rock, and she's like doing this with her finger, like, come to me. But she's not using her voice. So it kind of reminds me of the Little Mermaid, when the Little Mermaid doesn't have a voice. But anyways, she's not using her voice. She's using her fingers, her body language to say, come to me. So maybe you didn't like actively pursue this person by saying, I'm interested in you, but maybe something about you caught this person's eye, and then they started to almost feel like they're under hypnotization spell, where I just see him like walking towards her, and there's like this blank look in his eyes, almost like he's hypnotized, and he can't stop himself. Like, he's not even thinking of like talking to her, but like somehow he's just walking towards her. So maybe he came up to you first and like asked for your number, told you, he's interested in you, told you that you're beautiful, and maybe he's usually not the type of person or man that goes up to somebody and asks for their number. But with you, it kind of felt like, I have to do this, like I have to go up to this person and pursue them. And I'm kind of hypnotized by them and mesmerized by them, and they have like such this beautiful, magical, ethereal look to them, like you. So I see him thinking that of you. Like, there's something ethereal and magical and mesmerizing about you that he can't take his eyes off of you. I'm hearing the song Put Your Head on My Shoulders that olden day kind of love song. So maybe you make him feel like as he's pursuing you, like he wants to court you like they did in the olden days. Like um you know how nowadays dating's very different from the olden days. I see him almost like wanting to pursue you or court you like they did in the olden days. I don't know why, but I'm seeing that. Okay, so spirit guides of pile number 3. Spirit guides of pile number 3. How he feels as he's pursuing them. So we have the visionary. So he clearly has some kind of vision or dream of like wanting to be with you, or vision for the future of what he wants with you. I also feel with the purple, the blue, there's this strong intuitive soul connection. I feel Sirius energy, like the planet Sirius, and you could have had a past life on that planet together, because I just feel like almost like a vibe that is not quite human. And I felt this before in personal readings. Alien energy feels different to human ancestors and spirit guides. The energy is much more intense, and I feel it as I'm in your pile. So a lot of you could relate to being star seeds and mystics, and being like into that. And we have the forest fairy, so like there's just something about you that doesn't feel quite human. Maybe some of you actually call yourself like an alien or fairy or a mermaid or whatever, like magical being. You're a magical being, you're not quite human. But I feel like it relates to past lives, and I feel like you've had past lives with him. I'm also seeing past lives on like a watery planet, the living legend, and we have the badass. Okay. So yeah, you're definitely very alluring, definitely very sexy. Um, the way she's kind of posed in this card makes me think of when somebody's dancing on stage and they just kind of completed their whole routine and they kind of are out of breath, but they're proud of themselves. The way her stance is reminds me of that. So, how I'm taking that as per the context of our question, a love reading, he almost feels like he's putting in the work to be seen or noticed by you, or like trying to court you in a way like they did in the olden days. And maybe it takes a lot of physical work. So for example, I'm seeing maybe you move to a different home and he's helping you unpack the boxes and they're heavy, and he's helping you by holding those boxes for you. Or let's say he opens the car door for you and he has to like quickly run around, and maybe it makes him out of breath, but he feels glad that he did that for you because he wants to pursue you. It's giving me that type of vibe. Take it as it resonates as per you and your love life and like how your man kind of pursues you. But that's kind of what I feel like I want to put in the work. Maybe it's taking a lot of physical work, or it's kind of draining me a little bit. Or let's say, you have something broken in your house. Maybe it's going to take a lot of work for me to repair it for you, but I want to do that for you. So I see an energy like that for somebody here. If you resonate with it, with a badass, he feels like you are a badass. Like you're so sexy, you're so independent. There's just something about you that he can't put his finger on, where he just wants you. He wants a future with you. He sees that vision in his mind and he wants it to become a reality. And although it may seem impossible at first, like when he first looked at you, he thought like, it's going to be impossible for me to get this person over here. The reason I say so is because we have the fairy and the siren, which makes me think of like magical creatures and how people say that it's impossible that it exists. But maybe they do exist in another realm. You know what I mean? So it kind of feels like people would tell this person it would be impossible to be with you, but then he makes it a reality, and then kind of like it just feels like a dream. That's what I'm hearing. It feels like a dream in pursuing you, because it feels like I'm actively making this dream come true of like what I want with you. Even if it takes a lot of hard work, even if it takes a lot of active communication and trying to like read your body language. I see that this person's intuitive, whether they realize it or not. I see that they sometimes try to read you or analyze you to try figure out what you want or what would make you feel happy or loved in a way. Like I see him almost like trying to read you. But not like with tarot cards. And I don't think he does this intentionally, like, or thinks of it as an intuitive thing, but I see him like trying to look at your body language, trying to look at, what makes you mad, what makes you smile, what makes you happy, what makes you laugh, so he can tell you those jokes. Because I'm also hearing a song by Kali Uchis. I don't know what song it is specifically, but she says something along the lines of, like I want to make you laugh, so I watch all the comedy shows so that maybe it can rub off of me. I'm hearing that line in my mind. I don't know how it goes exactly, but I'm sure somebody knows the song name. If you do, leave it in the comments, please. But there's just something about like I I want to do those things for you. I want to make you laugh. You know, when you're having a bad day. I want to notice the things that make you mad so that I never make you mad. I want to notice the things that make you sad so that I never make you sad. So it feels like he's putting in a lot of mental and physical work into pursuing you, but he feels like it's worth it. Like it's gonna make this vision of what he wants with you actually come true, actually become a reality, and not seem so impossible. Maybe you're somebody with very high standards, high maintenance, but he wants to like meet your standards for someone here. Or if you don't have high standards, maybe he's actually hiring the bar for you. Like if you had low standards, he's actually making you rethink your standards, like hiring the bar, if that makes sense for somebody here. Um, like maybe you had low expectations, or the bar was set low because of maybe how previous men were, but then he kind of set the bar higher. That's what I'm seeing for somebody. With a badass here, how she is also an office wear, it also makes me think of like maybe you're somebody that is very focused on your work and your career, and also maybe spirituality and like your dreams and goals and things like that. And I see him maybe like wanting to also have his own dreams and goals and things he wants to achieve in his career. And one thing he likes about you is you go towards things that you dream of, like you're a dreamer, but you also know how to make it a reality and put in the work so that it does become a reality. Whether it has to do with your goals, your career, anything at all, like you can make the impossible possible, or what seems impossible possible. I also see daredevil energy. I don't know why. I don't know whose energy I'm picking up on. It's for somebody. But let's go ahead and pull your tarot cards now. I feel as though, okay, maybe this is a bad metaphor, but this is how Spirit's showing it to me. So I'm hearing the word like low quality girlfriend, high quality girlfriend, in my mind. And of course, like, okay, I don't want to speak bad about anybody, but I'm hearing that in my mind, like, okay, maybe people I dated in the past were like low quality people, but you're a high quality person. And so even if you relate to that energy of having high standards, and I feel like some of you are quite rebellious in nature, where you won't let any man control you. And you like do things on your own. You're rebellious where like if you want to wear something, you're going to wear it. Do you know what I mean? If you want to do something, you're going to do it. If you want to work a career, you're going to do it. And even if somebody tells you you shouldn't do it, like you're gonna go after that if that's your dream. And that's what I mean by like you have this rebellious energy, but like you just go to the beat of your own drum. Because I saw that card pop out, the rebel. So, there's something about you being like a high quality person where he knows that, okay, I might be putting in a lot of effort and a lot of work, but I have a high quality person here. If I was to put in very minimal work, I could get a low quality person, but would I really be fulfilled? So I think that's how he's seeing it. Like, I don't mind putting in all this work because the way he's perceiving it is, or the way Spirit is showing it to me as a metaphor is, if I want the Ferrero Rocher chocolates, I'm going to have to pay a little bit of extra money for that luxury brand, right? But if I just want a normal chocolate, I can just pay whatever small amount, but it's maybe not going to taste the same as that luxury brand. So it's like he sees you as a high maintenance, um high quality person, if you get what I mean, and he feels happy about that, if that makes sense. I don't know what that means specifically. Could mean something different for all of you, but that's what I see. Maybe you're somebody very classy. Maybe you're somebody that has very good values, and he knows that, it's hard to find people like you that have the same values. Maybe you're somebody that I don't know, it could be different for all of you, but I just see him seeing you as a high quality person. Okay, so your tarot cards. I also see him like wanting to do things like pay for your nails or for your hair or something, or like buy you gifts. I'm also smelling beer. I don't know, like if you like to drink your own drink and then like he drinks beer. I don't know why I'm smelling beer. Okay, maybe he kind of feels like, with me smelling alcohol, beer, maybe he kind of feels like as he's pursuing you, um, I don't know how to explain this. He's pursuing something good, right? Something delicious, like, um, some drinks, some cocktails are delicious. You want to drink that nice cocktail on a on a nice sunny day. Of course in moderation, but there's something about that, like I'm wanting you, like I want this on a nice hot day. But then you would also be, if I had to explain this in a metaphor, you'd also be that kind of beer that's healthy. I don't know how to explain that, but I hope you get what I mean. Like I'm pursuing you, I want you, but then you're also healthy for me. Like you make me feel good at the end of a long day. Like I always enjoy my time with you. That kind of energy. I crave you at the end of the day. That kind of energy is coming through. Ace of Swords. We have the Page of Pentacles. Maybe some of you are foodies and you like bond over food together. King of Pentacles, because I spoke about chocolates and cocktails and beers. Queen of Cups, maybe you like to go to restaurants together. Queen of Cups reversed. Okay, Queen of Swords. Okay, you're gonna make him feel like his head is in the clouds, like, it almost feels like a dream being with you. That's what I keep hearing in my mind, like this fantasy world, if that makes sense. There's always one pile with this very beautiful magical energy that I felt before, where you make people feel like they're in a different world, like not a human world. Um, I can say I know somebody in my life where whenever I'm with them, they make me feel like I'm in a cartoon universe. I know that sounds weird, but that's how they make me feel. So like you have this energy of like making people and making your person feel like they're in some kind of fantasy land slash world that isn't quite real, that feels like a dream, but like a really good dream that you wouldn't want to stop. Where if that dream was to stop, you'd want to go back to sleep to go back to that dream. That's how you make him feel in pursuit of you. Ace of Swords tells me that he thinks of you constantly, thinks of you all the time. And like in the beginning, I see him like wanting to get to know you properly and wanting to take it slow with you. The King of Pentacles here also tells me he could have gift giving as like a love language, because King of Pentacles energy is usually a man that like is very focused on his career. So maybe you're both focused on your career, you're both ambitious, and he feels like you have those similar things you want for the future. Maybe you have similar things you want like in romance and love for the future. Like maybe, for example, one of you are a couple where you both agree that you don't want children. Maybe one of you are a couple where you agree that you both want to work on your careers and then get married, or whatever it is. Maybe both of you agree that you want children, like you want a big family. Whatever it is, it's different for all of you, but there's something about like we have the same vision for the future, and we have similarities in who we are as people and what we want for our future. So there's a high compatibility that he feels you two have together here, where you stand the chance, the test of time, where like you two could last. You two have potential to last because of the compatibility you have, because of the similar vision you share, because of the similar things you want to do with your future. And I see him like again wanting to take it slow with you in the beginning and really get to know you on a mental level. I see him feeling like he's connected to you on a mental level, like he loves conversations with you and everything like that. With the Queen of Cups reversed, my initial thought of this card was he's not really much of an emotional person. With the King of Pentacles and all these swords cards, there's a lot of earth energy and air energy. So he could be an earth sign or an air sign, but it doesn't matter if he isn't. But what I do see here is he isn't much of an emotional person usually. He's more of a logical, like grounded person, right? But you make him open up to emotion. So that's what I feel intuitively from the Queen of Cups reverse. Like, you kind of make me open up to that side of myself I never knew was there before. I always thought I was so logical and so like grounded all the time and so calm all the time, but like you almost make my heart feel like it's filling up with so much love that it's gonna pop. That's what I'm seeing visually. Like cartoon like a cartoon like vision of like a heart filling up so much it pops. So that's how you make him feel like as he's pursuing you. Like he doesn't actually mind feeling all these emotions. Um, which is weird to say because as I'm tapping into his energy, like he always viewed himself as like a logical person that isn't emotional. But now that he's feeling something, he doesn't mind it. When usually like he'd think of himself as somebody that doesn't want to feel those things. But with you, it's actually nice feeling that, which is strange to say. I don't know how to explain that, but I hope it makes sense. And Queen of Swords, like, I feel like there's also something about you where you will call this person out when they're doing something wrong or when they're not. Let's say they do something wrong or say something wrong to you, and you're like, I'm not going to accept that type of behavior. I'm not going to tolerate that type of behavior. Queen of Cups reverse tells me, you are a compassionate person, but you also know when to put your boundaries up when it's next to the Queen of Swords. You know when to draw the line. You know when to put your foot down. And he likes that about you. Again, he sees you as a badass person. He likes that about you. He respects that. He likes when you put him in his place. I don't know why I'm hearing that, but I hear that. Like he likes when you put him in his place. So Wheel of Fortune is at the back of the deck. I usually see the Wheel of Fortune as like fate, destiny. So perhaps he feels like this is fate or destiny, because like I said in the beginning, it's like he wasn't looking for love. He was looking for love at one point, but then he stopped looking. He gave up, and then when he wasn't looking, he found it, or you found it, or whoever found it. So there is this feeling of this person feeling like, what if this is fated? What if this is meant to be? So this is what I have for you, pile number 3. This was a cute reading. I do hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.